I'd like to take a moment to thank my channel members. Thank you. It's continued support like yours that keeps this channel growing. And if you haven't already, please consider joining today. Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series 86, number 17, Ironhide, and I love this toy. Released in the fall of 2022, this is available right now as of the time of this recording. It is a Voyager class figure, and it retails for approximately $30. So, real quick, we'll start off by taking a look at his box. We've got that Studio Series 86 packaging right there. We have the open window, no more plastic on these guys. Very cool artwork of Ironhide right there as we saw him in G1 and in that animated movie. Transformers logo on the side, Studio Series 86, number 17, Ironhide from Transformers, the movie, up here at the top. Artwork of Ironhide right there on the side, looking very cool. And then again, just a close-up of Ironhide right here. He is a Voyager class figure. Along the back, we've got product shots of Ironhide, both in his robot and in his vehicle mode. 26 steps for transformation. This is from the Decepticon Shuttle Ambush mode, and he does come with a backdrop included. So let's take a look at that real quick. So here we have the backdrop, very cool looking backdrop of the bridge of the Ark, which is where the Decepticon ambush happens in the movie. Very, very cool right there. And again, if you have the room for this, he displays very nicely right there. So that is looking pretty cool. And then, of course, we'll get right to the figure itself. Ironhide right here, already in his vehicle mode, measuring approximately 5 inches long, about 2.5 inches tall. And this is a very, very nice representation of G1 Ironhide. I absolutely love this. Now, I'm noticing something on the camera that is not quite so obvious in person, and that is the difference in the shades of red between the different parts. So you can kind of tell which parts are solid and which parts are translucent that have been painted red. You can see right here that this looks a little darker, this looks a little darker. These two pieces here are a little more vibrant. This is more vibrant. So you can kind of see, and I'm noticing that here now as I'm looking at it through the camera. Having it in hand, it wasn't like, yeah, there's a little bit of shade difference, but it's not as obvious as it's looking in camera. So that's just something that I'm looking at right now, and I felt the need to point out. Now, something that does need pointed out is the fact that the right and left windows have been stamped with their side. So you can see R2, R2, L1, L1 there. They felt like stamping those and not even trying to hide them. I don't know what the deal is with that. But I'm sure that Toy Hacks is going to put out a sticker set for this guy. So we'll be able to cover those up. I love the wheels on this. This is one thing we've been saying, you know, if you have to give us these pegged on wheels, at least peg them to the inside so you can hide the peg and give us a good solid wheel on the outside. They've done that here. We've got the same wheel. All 4 wheels are the same. They're pegged on the inside, and we have a full wheel with a painted silver rim on the outside. That looks really, really nice. Hasbro, please keep doing this. This is fine. This works okay. You don't want to do pins anymore. I get it. But peg them on the inside and hide that peg. That looks fantastic. Well done there. The rest of the van, of course, done in red. You got the translucent blue windows. You got a Autobot logo there on the front with a silver grille and silver headlights. No orange stripe on this guy. Again, I am sure that we're going to get some stickers to remedy that. Details on the back, you got the hatch right there. You've got the tail lights. You've got a window, all molded in. No paint, no stickers, no nothing. So again, I'm sure we'll be taking care of that here soon. Rolls really, really nicely. Now he does come with his 2 handguns. These are both identical. So you can see what that looks like. These are done in black and painted silver, except for the handle right there. And there's a little square molded into the guns right here. And there's these little tabs up here. So the instructions show you that you can tab these like this. Just point the handles inwards towards each other, like that. And there you go. That kind of gives you a bit of an attack mode if you'd like. I don't particularly care for that. However, if you flip them around, me being a van person myself, if you flip them around, it kind of looks like a roof rack that I could put my kayak on. So that actually doesn't look bad when you point them back like that. I actually dig that. I think that looks pretty good. It looks like a little roof rack back there. And I think that works because I looked everywhere and there was just no way I was putting these weapons anywhere. Let me try something. I just noticed something. I wonder if this will work. I don't know, but this just might work here. I just noticed these tabs. Look at that. That works. So you can tab the weapons down here in the bottom. There's a couple of tabs here. These are for the backpack. So that works right there. I wonder if they would work here in the front as well. They might, but they're going to be sticking out to the front. This is where you tab them in robot mode to put them on his back. That's not really going to work unless you put them to the front like that. I don't think that's going to really work either. That's odd. That's weird because that's where you peg them in robot mode. But hey, this worked, and this is something that I literally just noticed now as I was kind of moving the figure around. So that works. That's a good way to store the weapons in vehicle mode. They're down there. They're hidden. You don't see them. Or, again, if you put them at the top right there and point them backwards, it looks like a roof rack, which I dig. It's nice. It works. So take those off. We'll set them off to the side. Take a couple of comparisons real quick. Here he is with Earthrise Ironhide, which this is a retool of this guy. There's a lot of shared parts, a lot of shared engineering. But not shared parts. There's a lot of shared engineering that you're going to notice with this guy. But yeah, the vehicle mode seemed like Earthrise was just a tad longer. You can see that right there. And then in terms of height, I think they're about, yeah, the Earthrise was a little taller because he's got this big thing sitting up here. But there you go. So you can see what the two of them look like together. Now mine does have the add-on bits here on the back to kind of make a cohesive back of the van there. But there you go. So you can see what the two of those guys look like together. And then finally here he is with G1 Ironhide, so you can see what the two of them look like together. Transformation for Ironhide is really neat. It's very similar to the Earthrise one, but there's a lot of added bits right here. So we're pretty much just going to start just blowing up the vehicle here. So we'll take the windshield. We'll start with the windshield and just kind of pop this open. This was the part that gave me the most trouble when putting him back in the robot in the vehicle mode. Is these two pieces here kind of snap into these little slots right there, and that's what gave me the most trouble. So we can just go ahead and take that out and out of the way, get the bumper down, and get this down and out of the way. That was the part that gave me the most trouble. So we just want that out of the way. While we're here, we can take these little corners right here, flip these in. Like so, and then flip that, and we'll leave that there for now, like that. And then again, we're going to start taking panels and just splitting them open. So split these panels open. The arms right here are attached to this part of the back of the van right there, so we can split that up right there. And we can pretty much just split the van in half so that we can work on the back of the vehicle right there. We'll go ahead and split this in half as well. So let's get let's start right here with the feet. We're going to take these and just extend them all the way out like that. Close the little panel right here. Close all of this up like so, and then double hinge it back to form the foot. Then we're going to take this panel right here, and it's tight. Man, that is tight on mine. There's going to be a little tab right there that's going to go into that slot. So that's going to go all the way down like that, and then this panel is going to come all the way around. And this is also going to tab into place. There's a little tab right there that's going to go into that slot. When I got them out of the box, these panels were just kind of flapping around, and it took me a second to realize that tabs into there. So that tabs into there and actually holds it quite securely. So again, we're going to come up here, take this entire back of the van right here and just extend it on this double hinge. Flip the window in, flip this piece down to form the bottom of the foot, and then rotate on that double hinge to form the foot. Close up this panel, bring down this panel all the way around, tab that into place, and then wrap this all the way around and tab that into place to form the legs. And get that straightened out, and the bottom of the robot is pretty much done. Working on the top right here, again, we'll leave this down like so, and we're going to use that hinge right there to spin this entire thing around. And then we'll be able to bring this down and just snap it into place right there. We can take the fists, straighten these out, untab them from each other, and swing them outwards, like so. Reach in here, get his head out. Now this next piece here, this is going to be a little bit of a tight fit. So we want to take this hinge right here, fold that in as far as it'll go, and then while continuing to push down on this, bring the windshield up, and that'll get you in there. And then finally bring this up on this hinge, fold this down. There's going to be some tabs and some slots back here to form that little backpack piece there over his shoulders. And there is Studio Series 86 Ironhide in his robot mode as soon as I get him straightened out and tabbed back together. And I think this figure looks absolutely fantastic. He stands at about approximately 6 inches tall. I do have a little bit of paint on mine on the window right here, and I don't know if that's on the inside or the outside. Let me see if I can address that right now while we're talking. Yeah, that's definitely on the outside, but I can't seem to be able to scratch that off. So you see that little fleck of paint right there on my windshield. But anyway, he stands approximately 6 inches tall. And again, I think this is a beautiful representation of G1 Ironhide the way we saw him in the animation. This guy looks fantastic. Again, a lot of shared engineering with the previous 2 releases for Siege and for Earthrise, but a lot of new parts here make him look really, really nice. And this has quickly become my preferred modern take on Ironhide right here. I just think he looks fantastic. The head sculpt, it's absolutely beautiful. I love those bright blue eyes that he's got right there. Contrast really nicely against that silver paint right there. Head can turn side to side. He can move up and down, and see, he's on a ball joint, but he can't really tilt it side to side. Shoulders can go forward and back. My joints are super tight. Shoulders can go forward and backwards all the way around, in and out. He's got the filler on the armpit, so that's nice. Rotation at the bicep, bend at the elbow, and rotation at the wrist. Rotation at the waist. Legs can go forward that far. The hip can move up to get out of the way, so the legs can go up that far. Back that far, in and out. Rotate right above the knee, bend at the knee, and ankle tilts all day long. There you go. Now, one thing that kind of heard me pause here a minute ago, I almost went on a tirade here, or kind of got myself off topic, and I chose not to. I wanted to finish articulation before I did, but this is something that I've mentioned with other figures. So you see there's a lot of hollowness here. Look at the arm, the bicep here, a lot of hollow and waffly bits right there. The forearm, the way it transforms, I guess it makes sense because of the way it transforms, but the forearm is hollow, and even the fists are hollow. That's just something that doesn't feel like it should be Studio Series. These are the little things that make figures like this feel more like a regular line release. This time, this piece is not holding in place. This makes it feel more like a regular mainline figure than it does a Studio Series because of little things like that. But going all the way around, now we do have windows here on the shins. I don't know that there's a whole lot we're going to be able to do about that, but at least they hide those wheels on the legs, so that's nice. It gives them a nice solid look there. Not very panelly, not as panelly as the Earthrise legs were, I don't think. So he's looking really, really nice. Now with weapons, again, the instructions said that you can tab these here, and you can. You saw that it wasn't working in vehicle mode, but it works for robot mode. And you can just tab those right there. There you go. They kind of make the thing stick up over his head. I don't really care for that. You can try to flip them. I don't know. They're not going to fit flipped, but you can still use these. These were the ones that we used for the kind of like that roof rack mode. So you can actually put his weapons here. And I think this looks better for display purposes. Just kind of tab them to the back of the legs and they're gone. They're hidden away. So there's that. But of course, we're going to give him his weapons. So you can see what that looks like. All armed up, ready for that final fight right there. Let's give him a cool pose right there. There you go. That looks pretty good. Alrighty. So yeah, very quickly became my favorite of the modern interpretation of the Ironhides. I really enjoy this figure a lot. For comparisons, here he is once again with the Earthrise figure, so you can see what the two of them look like together. And while I thought Earthrise was a fantastic figure, I think this one has knocked it out of the park. And then one more comparison. Here he is with my modified G1 Ironhide, so you can see what the two of them look like together. So there you go. Very cool figure. Again, this is new. This is available in stores right now. As of the time of this recording, it is a Voyager class figure, retails for approximately $30, and I think it is a fantastic update or modernization to the classic G1 Ironhide. This is a fantastic figure. And I think that about does it for the Transformers Studio Series 86 Ironhide. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.